Hey guys, it's Segaofmyhouse bidding you welcome. I haven't done a pickup video on the channel. It'll say probably a week, but in reality it's been 2 weeks. Count them, 2. We do education on this channel. We also do morals. We leave a nice moral message at the beginning of end of every show, and I believe it brings us one step above the rest. I don't know what I'm on about. We never know what we're on about on this channel. And what the hell is that on the screen? That is something, but I'm not going to be bothered fixing it. It won't be in the actual whole video. It'll just annoy me. It's a small-fisted hand. That's what she said. Alright. Where to start? Do I do this chronologically? I do this chronologically. Alright. This would take me back to Sunset Fry. I give up. First bag. Ooh. And this would take me back to Saturday of... still this year, yes. Which was 2014. Welcome to the new year, people. Or if you are a follower of Chinese tradition, welcome to the year of the... I believe it's horse now. Welcome to the year of the horse, everybody gallop into the sunset. Alright, I've offended enough people, let's get back to the morals. This would take me back to Saturday, last Saturday, whenever that is. I do not know the date currently, because I am lazy, and do not leave the house very often. But it would take me there. I had discovered that there was a cash converters in existence in Brisbane that I had not visited. It was near a direct factory outlet, which is a giant place full of clothes, so it was near there. It was near Jindalee, that's right, near the airport, so I went there not expecting to find much because, to be honest, it's a rich area. It's a very rich area, but for some reason the surrounding areas are shitty, so it's like Graceville, but then next to it is Indooroopilly. Or Brisbane, and outside of that is Logan. I have so many friends in Logan, I piss them off all the time with those ones. Alright. I went in there, and it's like you were walking into a police station. All the people in the store were staring at you. To be fair, I hadn't slept in around 24 hours when I went in there, so I was probably off my head chanting demonic things to myself or something, but no more 24-nighters. No more all-nighters for me, thank you. Whenever you got to an area where there was a case, someone would come and ask if you were interested in anything. There were signs all over the place saying stealing is a crime, just not a very happy atmosphere, and yet all the people there were joking around and very nice. But I think that's mostly because I was buying stuff that they usually don't see bought, so I spent $18 total in that store, and I bought 4 PlayStation 2 games, 1 original Xbox game, and a DS game of all things. Imagine that. We'll start with the DS game. Ages and ages ago, I bought this game right here. Another code, and it came in a generic case, so since then I've been looking for another copy, and it's always on sale at EB Games for $4, but it's one of those games you never ever see. No matter what store you go in, you'd have to go out of your way to find it like 30-40 kilometers out, and I'm not willing to do that, not for a DS game. So when I found a really good copy, I mean really good, the only bad thing is there's some writing on the cartridge, which I'm okay with, but it was only 8 bones. I was willing to pay that, especially since the other ones were all 15 in that store, which has confused me, because my local one does them for 5, between 5 and 7. And they had previous gen stuff, except for GameCube, because they're crazy. They had previous gen stuff marked at a nice $2 each, so I did End up spending $10 on last gen stuff. I bought Rainbow Six 3. It does have the Tom Clancy license on it, and that was $2. No manual, I'm alright with that. All-Star Baseball 2004. You might be asking why I grabbed this. It's because it has something on the spine. Compare it to a normal PlayStation 2 game, which has just a generic spine. And you can see why I found it very interesting. One that I have kind of been looking for, but not really. Urban Rain. It's strange to think that someone paid $48 for that. All the way back in, was it 05? Yep, 05. That's all in there. Very nice shape, that one. I am going to play that. And one that came in a generic case. Has water damage. I would not want to give this to anyone. But it is a platinum copy of Kingdom Hearts. If anybody wants that, just message me. I don't want it. But it was $2 and I couldn't leave it behind. But as always for trade stuff or giveaways, PAL only. People in the US, bugger off. No offense to Primetime, it's just, you know, I'm not going to give someone something if they have no way of playing it. If they can hack a console to play all region games, it's yours. And I believe that's fair. And one that I picked up for Raised by Dingoes, but forgot to check the disc. Always check the disc. It is the Chronicles of Riddick Escape from Butcher Bay, which is a fantastic game. It has better graphics than early Xbox 360 games. And it was released in 05. But, bloody hell. You see that? That's just the beginning. Yeah. It's not pretty. I tell you that. Not pretty. But overall, it cost me $18, as you can see on this large printout that they gave me. They don't have a receipt machine. They printed it out of a fax machine. And look at this. CDs, DVDs, and games, 24-hour exchange. They didn't even ask for my name in the store. Usually they have to do that for police reasons, in case a police officer comes in looking for stolen goods. Didn't even ask me. That's how bad of an area it was. After that, I felt like, you know what? I need to have my faith renewed in cash converters, because I got good stuff there, and the atmosphere was nice and friendly, but I need to go to a store where it's all good. I need to go to a store where they don't hang shit up on the wall saying don't steal. I need to feel like I'm being welcomed into the store, so I went to my local one at Injapilli, ended up spending $15 on 3 items, and this was the day after that, actually. Yes, it was. Unless my brain's all kooky. Oh, that brain blood. It doesn't go where it should anymore. I picked up 2 PSP games and a single Wii game. All quality items, actually. I've had Star Wars Battlefront Elite Squadron for the longest time, so Star Wars Renegade Squadron, or Star Wars Battlefront Renegade Squadron. I believe this was the one I originally had all the way back in like 2007 when I originally got my PSP. 07? Yep, 07, because this was released in 06. It's alright. One thing that always annoys me about the PSP is that they have that instead of 2 prongs. Which means the manual always ends up like that. Very bendy, not very nice looking. Which is going to make collecting for the PSP in the future very difficult, and I'm going to play that to death. I love the Battlefront series, and I have Battlefield 3 pre-ordered even though I don't have any next-gen consoles. I have Crisis Core, Final Fantasy VII. Once again, as always, I am not a Final Fantasy fan, but people keep telling me to play this, people I know. They say, if you didn't like Final Fantasy VII, play this, it might make you appreciate it a little more. So I will, eventually. I have a bunch of PSP games in my backlog. Yeah, I need to finish Popular Cross first. It's kinda cool. Gave you something to fill out, like a warranty slip. Yep, that's the one. And then the Nintendo Wii game. That was the shortest Final Fantasy rant I've ever had on this channel. I wouldn't consider it the best one. I'd consider Renegade Squadron to be the best one, but I also grabbed Metroid Prime 3 Corruption. Derek at CGR Undertow swears by this game. He says it's like the greatest game of all time. I will be the judge of that myself. I did not like Metroid Other M, but at the same time, I've never played a Metroid Prime game apart from the one on the DS, which I did enjoy, Metroid Prime Hunters. That's all in there, minus some... yeah, that's fun. Minus some bonus points towards the eShop, which I never use anyway. What next? Ooh! This was a random trip into EB Games. This is the one where the clerk that I was dealing with eventually said I started berating him, just in a joking way, of course. I love the guy. He's such a cool guy at the counter. And he called me a nerd because I knew that this had not been released in Australia. This was... at its time of release, it was refused classification, which means it was not released here. No sirree, not this one. Manhunt. For $3 nonetheless. This is one of those games that I thought, no, I will never find a copy of this unless I resort to eBay, which means I will never get it because I don't care about it all that much, but as you can see by the manual, this is a Europe/Italian, I believe that's Italian, correct me if I am wrong, Italian version of the game, but it does play on my Xbox and I can switch it automatically to English. So that's awesome. I have not played this all that much so far, but it seems interesting. What next? I'll get to you later. Ooh! I went to a market 2 weeks ago, and it was after one of my all-nighter things. I had gotten no sleep at all, and I thought, you know what? It's 7 AM, let's go to the market and see what people have. And there was a lot more there than usual. I saw complete and box Mega Drive games, I saw Game Boy games, I saw a really nice condition Game Boy Color. I saw a lot of stuff that I usually don't see. Unfortunately, a lot of it was kind of in the high end of the price range, or stuff that I didn't care enough to ask for, like the Mega Drive stuff, all of which I had. They were mostly sports titles and then a copy of Sonic the Hedgehog. So nothing all that great. I'm sure the guy would have given me a good deal on them, but oh well. I don't need them. I'm not sure if I arrived there too late and there was other stuff, but whatever. I got there and I got some stuff. I bought a few items that I thought were a really good price. Firstly, there was no we, there was just me. I found 2 PlayStation 3 games marked at $5 each, and they were Red Dead Redemption and GTA 4. I had to think about that one for a sec. If it had been GTA 5, I would have flipped it, but GTA 4 is all in there. Red Dead Redemption isn't. They're both made by Rockstar, come on. You can forgive me for getting confused. For $5 each, I grabbed them, even though I already owned this one. I do not own a copy of GTA 4 though, so people tell me it's alright. For $4, and yes, I was willing to pay that because I don't see Mega Drive games all that often. There was another guy with Mega Drive games, apart from that one guy. Found a copy of Sampras Tennis 96. I do have a copy of Pete Sampras Tennis, but not 96 edition. It amazes me that games for this system were made all the way into 96. But that was a former rental, no manual. Interesting cartridge. It has things that you can put a controller into for 4-player action. I do enjoy my tennis games. And then a DVD, which was just $2. A nice old couple had it. A nice old couple was having trouble opening one of the DVDs they were interested in, so I opened it for them. Nice people, nice people. You meet some nice people at the markets. But it's one I've been looking for ages. On and off again. Never been really willing to pay an eBay price, but Creepshow 2! The anthology of horror that isn't the first one, so I cannot think of any of the actual scenes. I know in the first one you had the monster in the box, the guy who is afraid of cockroaches. He had a few things, some really good ones. I remember Creepshow 3, even though I don't really want to. This looks good though, it's by Flashback. A very good company that publishes games, I mean movies on the cheap. I'll get to those last. Ooh, at a random EB Games, just looking around. In fact, I was in the city, I went in the city with one of my friends. And we're like, yeah, we'll stop at an EB Games, see what's there. I found a... what is it? Xbox 360 chargy thingy. And it's probably broken now. But I found a charging battery that I had for $3. My first party controller has just been messed for the longest time. I cannot figure out what's wrong with it. And now I know that it is not a new battery, so $3 wasted. And of course, if anybody wants that, just message me. Off of eBay, I decided to grab this. It was $5 with free shipping, so I put in a bid and won the whole thing. And it is casino games for the Sega Master System. Getting retro in this house. Getting some Sega in this house. It's all in there. Cartridge has seen better days. There's a tear there, but this has pinball on it. That's right. Down the bottom there, that is pinball. Haven't had a chance to try that out yet. Should be fun though. Ah, here we go. Yeah. Yes, and... yep, that's everything. Everything relevant anyway, the rest of that stuff is just kids' movies. Alright. I actually want to see that stuff, of course. But... I had traveled to an EB Games to find one particular game that there was only one copy available in Brisbane at the time. Since then, multiple have surfaced up because fuck me dead. Alright. It's always the way it is, isn't it? But I went into a store. It was actually when I went to that really ghetto cash converters. There was a shopping centre next to it, and I decided to go and see if they had an EB Games. And I thought, you know what, I believe this is a location that has a game I'm looking for, which I shall show last, because it is the best one. But they had PSP games in there, which I was thoroughly surprised by. They had a UMD video of Heavy Metal for $4. For the longest time, I always thought that Ralph Bakshi had a role in this, or that he played a part in this, because it seems like the kind of thing he'd be a part of, but nope. He was not part of it at all. Just some random UK guys. I haven't seen it yet, but it looks like a cool movie. Loco Roco. I believe it's just the gyro functions on the PSP, so that's interesting for $4. I'll give it a shot. That's the PSP collection, which is a very good thing, and I can finally swap out that horrible looking copy of Twisted Metal Head-On with this copy of Twisted Metal Head-On, which has the original artwork in it. And a manual. And that was only $4. Check out Twisted Metal Head-On, very good game. They, as you probably all know, EB Games has gotten rid of all of their PlayStation 2 games, so finding any is just a miracle in EB Games. So when I saw these three for $1 and $2 respectively, I decided, yeah, it's only $5, I'll grab them. They're not the greatest games, but Guitar Hero 3 Legends of Rock, that one was $1. DJ Hero, which I do not have the controller for, that was $2. And you can tell that this was brand new and they just opened the shrink wrap and chucked pre-owned on it because they weren't going to sell it otherwise. And Rock Band, which was also $2. Which is also in there in really good shape. When a PS2 game is in that good a shape, it's hard to pass it up. One by Hudson for the Nintendo Wii, which I shall not be keeping because it's a pile of trash. Honestly, I expected more from the publishers of Adventure Island and Bomberman, but we have Wing Island for $4. Why the fuck would a bird need a plane? Don't ask me, ask Hudson Soft. A very cheap Pilot Wings rip-off. Not a lot of fun. And then one for $12, which I was very hesitant to pay, but did it anyway because I thought, you know what, this is a good deal. Not just monetary-wise, but value-wise. There's at least 6 games on this collection that might already give it away. It's by SNK of all people. It doesn't even have the original cover. It is the Metal Slug Anthology for the for the Nintendo Wii for $12. About 1 o'clock. Yep, that's all good. What the hell was I on about? I was on about nothing. Metal Slug Anthology for the Nintendo Wii. Value-wise, it's a good deal. That's how we justify things. I'll be looking out for a better condition copy of that one for sure. Alright, now for the main stuff. I did what? I went to Bookfest. Oh god, I have to explain what Bookfest is again. Alright. Bookfest is a charity event set up by the Lifeline Foundation where they take all of the books, all of the DVDs, all of the CDs, all of the videotapes, all of the games, all the CD software, and they chuck it into they chuck it into the convention center, which is the cool, like, exhibition center where they hold concerts and stuff. But they did that, they do this every 6 months, and they always have a great turnout. Thousands of people go there. I wouldn't be surprised if millions of dollars are spent every year there. And it's all for charity. All of it goes to charity, the Lifeline Foundation. So all the stuff in Brisbane goes there, and it's very, very good. They usually have very good prices. But the first day I went the very first day, and the first thing I saw was a guy with a trolley full of PlayStation 2 and original Xbox games. Now, they were in the section where everything was $2.50 each, and when I got a look at what he had, I knew he was getting jibbed hard. He had copies of Rugby 2005, NBA Jam, stuff like that, just stuff that isn't worth its weight in absolute dirt, so but it was clearly a reseller. He just grabbed everything to sell. That's kind of an assumption, but that's the only thing I could think of. That's the only reason you would have a trolley full of PlayStation 2 and Xbox games. And he was very non-distinct about it. He just grabbed anything he saw. So, best of luck, guy. You are never going to sell half of that shit. Or woman, I did not get a clear look at the person. They had a beard. I could be mistaken. Or hell, maybe they're a collector and they enjoy every single one of those games. Alright. So on the first day, because of that, and because they put all the PlayStation 1 games in with the CD software, and the lazy bastards had not put out the CD software on the first day. Which, I shouldn't call them lazy bastards. They're all charity workers, you know. You can't expect too much from them, apart from their job. Alright, so I didn't go during the entire week. It's a week-long event. I ended up going on the very last day, aka sale day. Every item in the $1 section was fill a bag for $5. So they gave you a bag, you filled it up, then you paid at the counter. And every item in the $2.50 section was $1. Every item in the high-quality section was $2.50, which I found a very cool ElfQuest encyclopedia. If anybody's familiar with ElfQuest, the old comic book series, very cool. Did not pick it up though because $2.50 that I wasn't really willing to spend. I don't know. It'll be there next year, trust me. What they don't sell, they ship to a warehouse and it just stays there for 6 months. Strange that they can keep it in such nice condition, but as you can see, this entire bag was $5, so this was all from the dollar section. I got in there and you got the feeling that there was some great stuff there before, but it had been picked through by everyone and their mother, And yes, I do mean their mother. There were mothers picking through that stuff with their sons. But I got shit. I'll be honest, I got shit, but the amount of shit I got offsets the $5 price, so... Yeah, we'll go by sections. I'll just flip through this stuff. Got a PS1 copy of Driver, PS1 copy of Formula 1 97, a demo disc. I got a lot of demo discs from this event. I always like getting demo discs, especially if they have stuff that was released on the Net Euros. Sorry I didn't get any footage for any of these, but I didn't think to bring my camera for some reason. But you can check out last year. It was pretty much the same, except without all of those PlayStation 1 games. Some PC games. Duke Nukem, the Kiloton Collection, which only has disc 1 and good save. Disc 3, that's alright because disc 1 has Duke Nukem 1 and 2 on, and that's the ones I wanted. I have the rest of the Duke Nukem Collection. But I don't have real copies of Duke Nukem 1 and Duke Nukem 2, which are the side-scrolling games. A copy of Blake Stone, a retail copy actually, not a shareware version, on a nice 5-inch floppy. 5-inch? Yes, 5-inch. 5-inch floppy. I was trying to think. Yes, 5-inch. There's 5 and 9 1/4 inch, that's right. And Blake Stone is a kind of old-style first-person shooter made on the Wolfenstein engine for Wolfenstein 3D. Another PlayStation 2 demo, this one with Metal Gear Solid 2 on it. I haven't checked the discs on most of these, actually. None of them could be in there. Metal Gear Solid 3 demo disc. Of course, those were just given out with magazines. One with Time Splitters Future Perfect that I've never played. Demo 1 with the very cool dinosaur on it. Anybody wants that, message me. Ronaldo v Football. I did check the case for this one and it was not in there, so I'll be using that as a replacement case. PC game. Putt Putt Saves the Zoo. I would not usually pick one of these up. You know, a children's adventure game. They're not really very good usually. But I watched a review on a Putt Putt game and it looked alright. I forget who was reviewing it. It might have been LJR, might have been someone else. A manual, just randomly, which means there was probably a normal copy of it there, of GT 2002 and Jet Set Radio Future for the Xbox, which I do not have, surprisingly. I've picked it up so many times but never kept one for myself. I don't remember grabbing this. Another random demo disc. Another demo disc. Another copy of Driver, but this one in an EB Games case, but that's in there. And another demo disc, but this one with a demo of Fear on it. I do enjoy the Fear series, very good series. Yeah. Alright, let's continue this. For PlayStation 1, this is Soccer. This is a Dreamcast bootleg, but my mind just did not realize it at the time for whatever reason. Samba Amigo. I don't know why I didn't realize this was a bootleg. I mean, PAL Dreamcast games don't even look like these. They come in blue cases, so whatever. I can still play this on my Dreamcast because the Dreamcast does not care about bootlegs at all. This was probably the one I was most excited to get. A demo for Ghost in the Shell for the PlayStation 1. I love myself Ghost in the Shell, and I've heard the PlayStation 1 version is a pile of trash. And another Net Euros game, Hover Car Racer. I'm always looking for demo discs that have Net Euros games on them. One of the things that made me think, yeah, there was good stuff here before, but now it's all gone. A insert for Digimon Digital World. That would have been nice to get. That would have been very fun to get. Le Mans 24 Hours. I'm happy to be adding to the PlayStation 1 collection at least. A kind of PlayStation sampler that has a bunch of music videos on it. A manual for Road Rash 3D. Anyone need that? Tell me. I don't think I have that game yet. And I've been wanting to get into collecting video CDs for the longest time. I see them a lot. A lot as in A space L-O-T. Because we use correct English in the Segaofmyhouse show. We refer to the dictionary for everything we need to say. There has never been a single phrase in the Segaofmyhouse show that has been anything other than perfect lingual English. I think. But I've been looking to collect video CDs for the longest time, and I thought, you know what? This is a good one. It's a nice horror movie. The thing is, though, video CDs only ever took off in Australia in bootleg form, so you're not going to find any that aren't bootlegs, but my CDI, with the digital video attachment, plays this very well, like a champ. Though it's probably bad for it. We have The Eye by the legendary Pang Brothers, guys that made Recycle. Not bad. I should shut this door. Not really sure of the story on it yet. I know it's about a blind man, or a blind woman. Alright. Last bag. In the $2.50 section, everything was $1. And I really should eat an apple or something to wake myself up. But I don't even know if the camera's recording right now. Alright. Let's stay focused on this stuff, because I know I get off track and very boring. I've been playing Silent Hill 3 recently. I started playing it again, and it made me realize why I like the Silent Hill franchise so much, so I've looked up a few things. I've watched a fan movie of Silent Hill, I've downloaded a fan game and watched a playthrough on another. I've become thoroughly addicted to Silent Hill again, so that's very good. There are worse series you can become addicted to, and I will never ever look up fan fiction of Silent Hill, because oh boy, it gets weird, I'm sure. Never looked it up, never will. I'll never look up fan fiction of anything. A fan movie and fan fiction are kind of different. I think fan fiction has to include characters from the game or show that it's based on. Fan movies don't, so did I really just say I wasn't going to go off on a tangent and then go off on a tangent? Alright, last things. In the $2.50 section, everything on sale day was marked down to $1. And of course they put out new stuff every day, so they do have a good turnaround of stock. They put new stuff out every day for the entire week that the place is open, and once again, unless you're in there at 8 AM, the place is going to get ravaged. You're not going to find anything good, so one of these things is good, actually, so yeah. What I ended up getting was a bunch of PlayStation 2 demo discs and two original Xbox games in an empty case. So for $1 each, we grabbed that, which has a demo of Shadow of the Colossus on it, which I will be playing. This, which has a demo of Silent Hill 3. I just found out, you know what, I won't ruin it, but a very good character dies in Silent Hill 3. A very fine man from the original. That should narrow it down. There was only one person who survived the original. The demo disc that has Time Splitters 2 on it. One that has Tenchu on it. I do enjoy Tenchu, it's a cool little series. Was this one the one where... No, it was not. This was just a random one. But for the original Xbox for a single $1, I was happy to get this. Yes, happy. Can you imagine that? A sign of happiness on the internet. Isn't it a miracle? Alright. Focus on what you're doing, mate. Alright. I grabbed this. I have had it before, but I traded it away when I got rid of all of my original... That's the phone ringing. I shan't be answering it. But when I got rid of all of my original Xbox games, I got rid of this one as well. Glad to have it back. It is Still Life, a fantastic adventure game, point and click. It's probably better on the PC, but I've never played the PC version. Check it out. It's about a murderer who's on the loose and traveling through time. all in there, disc is in. When I originally found this, I thought the disc might be completely wrecked because of the fact that it was still there, but nope, disc is in nice shape. Also grabbed a copy of Mafia because it was in an Xbox 360 case, and I do need to switch out one of my Xbox 360 cases with a nicer one. I don't really care about Mafia, not my kind of game. And ooh, this had a demo disc in it. Alright. One of the cases didn't have anything in it, and one of the cases had 2 demo discs in it, so the nice young girl at the counter, she might have been 25 or so, I don't remember. She had the genius idea of getting me to pay extra because she took the demo disc out of one of the cases, because it had 2, and put it in this one, so sneaky. Very sneaky, but it has G1 Jockey on the cover, but inside is a random demo disc. I don't know what's on it yet. I will be using this as a spare case, so if anyone wants the inside. And they were $1 each, so is that everything? Yes, that is everything. And Grub Gun. I will be sending you this copy of Flower, Sun and Rain. Let me get a sticker off of that immediately. Showing you that I take care of my stuff, especially when I'm sending it to... Ah, fuck, I ruined it. You can do it. You can do it, mate. So, I won't hold you any longer with my nonsense. This is Segaofmyhouse bidding you farewell. Stay out of my thrift stores.